The desk I use for work. This is how my keyboard looks when all the lights are on, because otherwise my eyes just won't help. I have a touchpad mouse right here whenever I cannot use any other of my mouses. A joystick type of keyboard. My shoulder blade starts hurting because I'm using this sort of mouse. I will start using a standing mouse. Enjoyable, but at one point the lower side of the arm starts hurting. Sometimes because my back starts hurting so much. A smaller one right here. So whenever I stand up, I can just work in this direction. My screen comes up and I can also tilt it in this position, so it's literally very comfortable. Till of course they start hurting and then again I will sit down. So I have this button, just like for a car. And whenever I want to start my PC and not get dizzy getting under the desk, I just go like this. And it's starting. It's quite interesting. This is what I cope with. Hi again, I'm Diana. Today I want to talk about how working life with MS is. I know I don't have a lot of experience, but I have more than a decade experience with MS. Hope that balances out. Doesn't matter what title or position you have in your job, working is tiring for everybody. People that have different sorts of impairments or disabilities go through a different level of difficulty. For example, in my situation with MS, I know how it feels. And as a cherry on top, this disease is also invisible. Whenever you start a new position, it takes a while to get the hold of the new processes and procedures of the new job. Doesn't matter if you're a crew member or a manager, everyone goes through this honeymoon phase when no one is pressuring you to hit any sort of targets, superiors are taking it easier on you, and most importantly, it's a new company and a new team, so everything is more like a mystery and it's kind of fascinating. Of course, when this period finishes, you're part of the family and now people expect results from you. And of course, you hit your targets and you do the processes as everyone does. In this time, people know what their strengths and flaws are in their position and know exactly how to use it in their favor. Here is where I find it difficult. I worked in different fields, from physical jobs to office positions, and I still find similar issues. When I used to work as a barista, I had to stay long hours on my feet. I had to go from making drinks to delivering them to the customers, taking orders, and I kept stumbling in my way like I actually had like a rock or something. And it was quite similar to, for example, to when I worked as a crew member or as a waitress. Like, just standing on my legs impaired my walking, because long hours, like I previously mentioned in my other videos, make me walk quite funny. When I was a crew member and I had to take the tray with the order to the customers and I had to climb the stairs, I felt like I had a piano tied around my waist and it was pulling me down. I was holding the tray like it was a thing to pull me up the stairs for a goddamn reason. But it wasn't that bad, and I actually enjoyed it because I managed to meet so many awesome people, and the job itself was quite nice, to be fairly honest. On the opposite side, working at an office job has different challenges. When I was working in my physical jobs, I had to stand for long hours on my feet. But when working at an office job, you have to sit for long hours in front of the computer. This, for me, it affected my arm, my back, and my eyes. My arm, because it would start clenching or going into spasms after a while, and I would start literally writing gibberish and pressing in between keys, so I would have to rewrite everything. My back would start hurting, so at least I would get my physical exercises a bit, just going from here to there. And with my eyes, after looking at the computer, of course it hurts. So I would actually respect the 20/20 rule and just look outside the window or in my house. To make it easier, I would actually show you how it works, because right now I have an office job. This is the desk I use for work and for any other projects. This is the keyboard I usually use. When it's on, it actually is very much RGB. This is the keyboard I use at work. I have a touchpad mouse right here, so I can use it whenever I cannot use any other of my mouses. I also have this type of keyboard, which is more like a joystick type of keyboard with both a mouse pad right here. I have these two buttons for the left click and the right click. And of course, I have multiple types of mouses depending on which side of my arm hurts. For example, when my shoulder blade starts hurting, it usually is because I'm using this sort of mouse, the normal standard type. So I will start using a standing mouse. I don't know if anyone has used this sort of mouse before, but the normal way of your hand is like in this sort of direction, so when using it, it's actually more enjoyable. But at one point, the lower side of the arm starts hurting, so then I will just switch back to the other one. And I also have another standard type of mouse, just in case, like battery is finished or something similar. And sometimes, because my back starts hurting so much, as I mentioned, I have to start walking, or if I cannot make my desk a standing desk, I will make it on my own. I have a smaller one right here, and I will put it on top, so whenever I stand up I can just work in this direction. My screen comes up, and I can also tilt it in this position, so it's literally very comfortable. I can just like move my legs a bit, I can walk around the room until of course they start hurting, and then again I will sit down and take the original position. And as a bonus part, for my personal PC, my partner was so nice to install a module to actually be able to open it remotely. So I have this button, just like for a car, and whenever I want to start my PC and not get dizzy getting under the desk, I just go like this. And it's starting. Quite interesting and it's so helpful. And this is how my keyboard looks when all the lights are on. It's way better and easier for me to see the keys, because otherwise my eyes just won't help. So this is my work desk. It took a while for me to get it here, but this is what I cope with. The main idea is that any work is tough, especially when you're battling an illness, but you just have to look at it in the positive side. For me, for example, I never stayed at a job more than 2 years because I like to experience something different. But I always try to look at the good side. I am very happy that I had so many work experiences in both physical and office fields. Like in the physical field, even though it was hard, I enjoyed every minute I could have a break. I enjoyed that I could do a sort of a workout when I was working. I met loads of awesome people. In the office jobs, I enjoyed that it was more relaxing. I managed to do more mental exercises, so to say, and I learned so many technical stuff. I just try to look at them all in a positive way, not only think that it's such an impairment because I have MS, but it's still life, and life is great, and it just works somehow. Everything comes with its ups and downs. It just depends how you look at it. And like I always say, please try to stay positive. Life can be good. It's just up to you. You can change it in a day. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!